wide open. TAG down one, second one on the ground. KD gone now, will have to dig deep and find something, but AG.AL will be the one that prevails.
That was brilliant caliber and holding position played out by AG.AL. They held that ground even though they were at a disadvantage. At the edge of that peak, they were still holding it off against Team Apex Gaming. Would have had an opportunity, but I think that being a little spread out became a disadvantage for them. But right now, spreading themselves around, we saw already this rotation coming in from LAO, the smartest one. They're ahead of Demon Sprite, and now they have vision. And EVOS are also being troubled by LAO, and now even Demon Sprite Trap already getting closer. He's already found an opening on a swap. Jazzy, he's also down. Trouble now for Demon Sprite, last man standing, and the net from Trap. The M79 strikes death for Demon Sprite.
And off-screen, Team Falcons also dispatched by BRU, and now they turn their attention over to AG.AL. Nameless did get popped early on, but there should be a recovery. Titan Esports still has Blade around, and is he sharp enough to cut through the ranks of the Goliaths in front of him? Out in the open, this is going to be tough. No utilities, 2 glue walls, and only 5 medkits, as BRU will also have to make a break for it. Once more doorway out of this. They exit straight into the line aside of LAO Snickers and potentially EVOS.
This is what should not happen on your day 2 where you're looking forward to qualification. All the top 4 teams are still surviving. Buriram, AG.AL, EVOS and LAO. It's only Titan Esports Club all the way at the bottom who has the last player standing, and he doesn't have any position in the zone. So a lot of points which could have been acquired for teams for qualification are being missed out. Blade will be spotted, quickly taken down by Cypher, and we come down to the last 4 teams, and all of them are in the top 4.
Wasana takes the nade to the face, but getting top back up by the therapy. The support system always solid there. Get high, getting sniped by Cypher. But BRU focus on LAO Snickers, and that's a fatal mistake. As LAO Snickers and AG.AL work hand in hand for the elimination, and now they turn on each other.
AG.AL, they are inside a circle. Yosha gets taken down. Cypher wants to put BCP down in the truck. He's not been able to do, but finally that strike coming in from Dew, and EVOS Divine helping out as well. Nyx becomes the last man standing as EVOS go out. Cypher has already spotted him, wants to whack him out, but Nyx, he's trying to isolate this fight. He brings it down, players are falling down, and eventually it'll still be AG.AL. They had the numbers, and they get their very first Booyah.
Very first Booyah in the group stage, and even without it, they were in the top 4 spot. So imagine when you give AG.AL such a big boon. Fantastic performance. We saw the hold earlier on where they came back from a disadvantage, and it was all because of one minor detail: Baro surviving in the backline. If you don't break the backbone of AG.AL, they will break you instead, and that is exactly what was achieved. Them and LAO unintentionally working together to get rid of BRU, but then AG.AL found a perfect engage onto LAO.
Yeah, I think there was an opportunity where LAO, if they had a chance to recover themselves after the fight, being at the edge of the zone, it could have been their Booyah as well. They've already pulled so many yesterday. It could have been an added or third today.
Yep.
But AG.AL's position, we spoke about it, even in a position where they had to climb up the hill against Team Apex Gaming. If that did not work out, we would have seen AG.AL go out very early on. But they held their own, they held their front there, and it worked out. And now they've gotten their very first Booyah here on day 2, especially being at the top 4 hurts the middle order.
Yeah, but there are definitely flowers that need to be given to some of the teams that are in desperate need of points, right? I mean, TEC, TAG, well, they came out strong. DRS as well, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's some great stuff happening, but let's listen in to what AG.AL were talking about leading up to that Booyah. Again, another performance from AG.AL that I think shook the opener of day 2, but I would say, right, this goes back to the potential of our secondary scenario. If this trend continues, then might as well let them go through. Let them go through, and we have some of the teams who are chasing for their qualification to Grand Finals play tomorrow. An extra 10 games, but I guess without these heavy hitters being a big threat, it makes the chances slightly better.
it makes the chances slightly better if you think about the survival stage, but as you looked at the performance right now, the bottom dwellers, the last two who were there, even Titan Esports Club and Demon Sprite, they try to make it towards the top 6 teams, meaning they're acquiring placement points, they're getting eliminations, and they're trying to get themselves out of that elimination threat, meaning the middle order, now it's completely dicey. So you don't know who's going to get eliminated, so better be wary. Either you strike towards the top 4, or you don't know if you're going to get eliminated or not.
Yeah, there's always that safety net, I believe, for any Free Fire competition, right? If I can't take that top spot and qualify, the bare minimum, I make it out alive to the next stage. And so if you can't aim for top 4, aim for top 10.
But I'm not sure if it's going to be as easy as it sounds or as easy as we make it sound. Because look at GunDynasty, they were barely able to get 2 points in this game. That tells you day 1 and day 2 can be completely drastically different. It cannot replicate the same performance, and that's what even AG.AL, to get their very first Booyah, allowed to go out like that, tells you that teams are slowly, strategically planning their championship. They want their trophy, their key put on the shield.
Yeah. More impressively is how this group was a group of teams that basically they enter the boxing ring and they just start swinging, right? They're just filling their arms, they're trying to get some haymakers in, and then maybe after 6th round of just mindless brawling, they decided, okay, that kind of hurt a little bit. We got to slow down. And the teams that actually made it work are the front runners. AG.AL, very patient. BRU, very patient. Snickers, very patient. And patience paid off.
Yep. Completely. The top 4 teams surviving till the very last, and also being the last 4 surviving teams, that patience, that holding game off, actually playing as survivors